afternoon, VivaMK. Thank you for joining me once again for our weekly update on the VivaMK business. Of course, a few things to go through today and tell you what's been going on, of course, and what's coming in the future. Love having these catch-ups with you. It's a great way to connect, as is any kind of conversation. This is our ongoing dialogue. So it just seems that last week I caused some controversy by talking about people sniffing around your inboxes. Do you think that's going to make me change my language? Absolutely not. It was just reference to the fact that don't ever become one of those networks or distributors that go around trying to recruit people from other businesses. It's something that we never want to do. I don't want this to become a negative conversation or anything like that. It's something we don't do, and we will never do that. I don't want to ever hear of any VivaMK distributor having to resort to that uneducated way of sponsoring people. You know, if your business is good enough, you should be able to sponsor anywhere, and that's the ethos here. So yes, I guess I ruffled a few feathers last week, not within our network, I might add, but as you know, I wasn't making any reference to anyone in particular, just other networks in general that have that kind of philosophy, or their distributors do at least, that they seem to want to sniff around your inbox to try and get you into their business. Anyway, end of that conversation. Don't do it. It's not us. It's not our ethos. It's not the way we work. Let others do that, and that's fine. So it's been an extraordinary week in industry in general. Just want to skip over this very, very quickly in reference to business. Jamie's Italian had problems, British Steel, and of course the Arcadian Group, Philip Grimm's Arcadian Group. Lots of job losses. You know, I have all sympathy goes out to those people, having been there in this situation only last year with two companies. It's not a good situation to be in. Not only that, we have a prime minister that just won't budge. Brexit, don't know whether we're coming or going, which is kind of story of my life. I never know whether I'm coming or going. And on top of all that, and this is the tenuous link I was getting to, I didn't get your catalogue on time. Of course, the outdoor catalogue. I guess at this rate, it's soon going to be called the inside catalogue, and I don't want to go out because it's no longer warm catalogue. No, that's not true. Yes, it was delayed. Orderable from 3 p.m. today. Of course, you can place your orders from 3 p.m. today, and until between 3 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. on Monday evening, every order will get 50 free outdoor catalogues. We finally got there. I originally promised it at the end of April. You know, things go wrong, things happen, things get in the way, the twisty road gets even twistier, and sometimes things aren't delivered. Now, you know, I'm not too cut up about it. Maybe I shouldn't open my big mouth so soon and promise things so early. The idea is always to, you know, under promise and over deliver. I tend to over promise and under deliver sometimes, but that's not the point. The point is, it's about perspective. Yes, we're 4 weeks late with that. I do think it's going to be an absolute game changer for us, as every catalogue that we bring out should be. Every new catalogue we bring out should be a game changer in some way, shape or form. And I truly believe finally when you do get the outdoors catalogue, it'll be too cold to go outdoors, but in the outdoors catalogue, it will be a complete and utter game changer for us and our business. So you'll get that next week. Orderable, as I said, from today. If you haven't seen the email, from 3 p.m. today, you can actually place orders for it. From 3 p.m. today until Monday night, any order we will get will also have 50 free outdoor catalogues put into it. So it's there now. It's taken its time. It's been riddled with challenges. But you know, like I said to you last week, every single day you wake up, there's defeats and victories and gratitude. I'm just grateful it finally came out whilst we still have summer, or well, whilst we still have spring, and the defeats are out the way because we deal with them and we turn them into victories, and that's what we do. So it's on its way. So I do apologize for the 4 weeks of lateness, but it was unavoidable, I have to say. So many things went wrong, but it will definitely be massively worth it. Now, perspective is something I just wanted to discuss quickly today. You know, we mustn't ever lose sight of the perspective, especially in regards to our business. You know, as I keep telling you every week, we're not yet a year old. We have the challenges that any business has before they're a year old, whatever those challenges are, but the great thing is people are still making money, people are still joining our business, and we still have a business that is vibrant and dynamic. And that's down to every single one of you that make it like that. It's been a depressing week in industry in general. Lots of things have been going on. Lots of people potentially losing their jobs. The country is in a bit of a state politically. There's European elections going on today that nobody even wanted. So the whole situation, and it's only Thursday, the whole situation all around us is chaos. So if we can have a little bit of perspective on our business, that what we're doing, yes, it has its days of chaos. Yes, it has its days when things go wrong. Yes, it's sometimes riddled with defeats. However, in the grand scheme of things, and remember that, in the grand scheme of things, what every single one of you is doing is phenomenal. Your contribution and the collaboration that you have is nothing like I've ever seen. And I've been in the industry a long, long time now. I don't see it in other organizations. Your camaraderie, your connection, your collaborative attitude, and the way you think and you perceive this business is quite unique. So in a week where almost everything is going wrong, we still have people smiling in this business, doing the business, making money from the business, and we're only, like I always tell you, 11 months in. So let's ever lose that perspective. And I'm kind of saying that for my own reassurance as well, because there are times when I lose perspective on the business and I start worrying about things going wrong. But like I said last week, prepare for defeats, prepare for victories, and always with a massive amount of gratitude towards everything you people are doing in the business and what we're doing as a collaboration. So on Sunday, we had the Scotch Corner meeting, the big one. Lauren Hardy, aka Ram Nandi, put on a fantastic meeting, some brilliant training. Again, showing the connection and unique collaboration of people. I've always said that meetings are important, face-to-face meetings. I know all kinds of connections are important, but the power of being in front of people and together with people is something that can never be surpassed by anything. Lynn McDonald is starting a new webinar on the 5th of June, and it's like a back to basics, success stories, training, or just good stuff about the business. And there's always room for more and more training and coaching. And remember, this is all free. So 5th of June, I'm sure Lynn will post the link. The first people on that webinar are going to be Ali Lloyd and Jeff Locke. And I have to say, again, massive contributors to the business, as so many of you are. Ali and Jeff have contributed so much in ethos, in their work effort and their recognition within the business, inspired so many people. Don't you two forget that, and don't anybody forget what you've done in this business. I know I made a big thing of the pioneers in this business, and that will become a big thing. The front runners of the people that got this together. I'm alongside with you, one of the pioneers of this organization, and we will look back in years to come and we will congratulate our pioneers for being the ones that put us where we are. So Ali and Jeff, 5th of June is the first webinar. Lynn will post the link because I forgot to get hold of it, but Lynn will post a link. But do try and get on there for basic training, basic stuff about the business, and just all the stuff you need to be able to build an organization. So all the Zooms we have in the business, all the meetings we have, now that there's this webinar, this is just nurturing and growing to the portfolio that we'll have of training and coaching and mentoring. And it's so important in this kind of business that we do that. And there'll be more of that coming up in the next few months. We're doing quite a lot of things where coaching and getting together is concerned. So do try and watch that. Of course, next week it's the end of May, and like I've always said to you, at the end of every month, I'll give you a set of objectives of things that I want to achieve and then miserably fail at. No, 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 ignore the last bit. Things that I want to achieve. So next Thursday, I will give you all the things. I'll give you a review of the year so far and some of the things that we have achieved. Remember, victories. And we'll also go through some of the objectives that I have, because as most of you are pioneers, or majority of the people in the business still are pioneers, you know, you're with us at the forefront. So I want you to know what's going on in the organization. That's so important. You know, and that brings me on to the next subject. I've always said to you to contact me whenever you want, and you do in your hundreds. And I apologize that I can't always return calls and reply, but still keep doing it. Even if it takes me 5 days to reply to you, still keep doing it. My reason for mentioning that, I said to you at the earlier part of this conversation, there was some controversy about some of the things I said. I had to make contact with a large organization that is prominent in our industry, and I won't give you the name, but you know, I tried probably for half an hour to try and find who to make contact with within that organization. And to me, that is not people friendly, no matter what they say or however they give their perception. I could not find an executive in the business to write an email to, and that in a people's business can't be right. So I always want to stay at the forefront where you can contact me, you can call me, you can email me, message me, WhatsApp me, or whatever way you want to communicate, and you will get a reply and you will get an answer. I don't ever want us to become, no matter how big we get, the kind of organization where you can't contact me, you can't contact the leaders, or you can't contact people who work in this business. Everybody should stay in an open forum. That's always been my philosophy. It was my philosophy in Kleeneze. It's my philosophy now. It's an open forum. You should be able to contact me any given time about anything. As I said, the only thing I will apologize about is that I don't always get to return the messages very quickly sometimes, because there's so many, but I don't care. I don't care if it takes me days. I will get through all of them. So like I say, that was particularly important, because last week I was trying to find prominent people I could write to it, and after half an hour I gave up and just wrote a really basic email to a customer services address, which just means why couldn't I contact the leaders? Why couldn't I connect with those people? You should always connect in that way. We were here at the beginning less than a year ago, which means we are the founding members. You guys are the pioneers, and I guess what that means is not just a tagline or a badge. It means that we are at the forefront of what we do. So finally, you'll get your catalogue next week. As I said, orderable from 3 p.m. today, and 50 free in every order from 3 p.m. today. So make sure you get your orders in to get, not only put the catalogue order in, but to get your freebies as well. And I can tell you something, the more I see that, and it bounced back and forward from the printers because there were a few challenges with the plates and a few challenges with the pages, so it's bouncing back and forward. We made a few corrections on it. Thank you for your all your input there. But I have to say, the more I see it, the more I think it's just another game changer for us. And I'd like to have that as an ongoing goal, that every single production we give you, every single thing we do, whether it's a conference, a showcase, a meeting, a catalogue, or anything like that, is always a game changer. And that's a great way to be, that you try and always make something better or different than it has been before. And that's progression. I know it's a lot easier to do that when you're a new organization, which we still are. So after 11 months, to be able to carry on doing that is still phenomenal. So I guess today really was about the perspective of the business. We are just new. We have come a long way. We have got a long way to go. I don't think anybody denies that. We have got so far to go. Sometimes I can't even focus on how far we have to go, because it's like the world map of the world behind me. Some destinations are so far, but they're all achievable. There is nothing that isn't achievable. Earlier this week I was talking about having belief, and somebody asked me, what is it that gives you self-belief? Well, it's a handful of things. it's the dogged determination to always do what I exactly want to and to never ever let anybody put me off. And of course, then massively the support of people in this organization. We wouldn't have come this far had we not had the collaborative support that people have given. That is one of the biggest things that has happened. Now, self-belief is important for absolutely anybody. And this isn't a personal development live broadcast. I just want to mention it because it's so utterly people, and so many people don't have that self-belief. So, you know, always encourage people, help them with their belief, and as an individual, you have to do some of the groundwork yourself, because you have to have that dogged determination to just not give up on what you want. And companies like VivaMK become the vehicle to help you get there and to achieve what it is you want to achieve. Because when you want something bad enough, you will believe that you can do it. You know, I will never, ever, ever stop chasing what I want to achieve, not only in this business, but personally. And you have to honestly wake up with that dogged determination to do that against all adversity. It was so easy along all our journeys to give up at any time. So bloody easy. Just think, you know what, I've had enough of this. That's fine. And it really was. But the power is to not give up on something you truly want to achieve. That's really all I wanted to say today. The catalogue is finally with you, later than anticipated, but you know, let's have some perspective on this. It's been a strange old week, but in our business, you know, we are still seeing positive news, positive things, some great orders coming in. The game changer is on its way. You've seen the PDF now. So as far as the next few weeks are concerned, next week I'll give you a summary, and not only that, I'll give you some goals for the summer that we want to achieve. Maybe I'll be a bit more flexible with my dates next time, but all I can say is as far as our collective and collaborative future is concerned, you know, I'm as optimistic as ever, and I know so many of you are, and that ongoing support is what helps me and helps all of us. So don't stop being the network that we set out to be, and that was a network of people working together, supporting each other, and named the People's Business. And in time, that will be so prominent in the industry that not only did we pull through and we stuck to that ethos, but it becomes what we really are founded upon: people and the importance of people. Have a fantastic weekend, and don't forget to order your catalogues from 3 p.m. today. They are finally landing with us. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.